Imagine you have entered the public bathroom and feeling just like you have entered a stage with the spotlight glaring down on you. This isn't a performance, but to your brain, it is the same stress level. And when you have this kind of stress level, you know you will block in front of the urinal. Welcome to the world of shy bladder syndrome, a condition where even the most mundane activity, peeing, is perceived as a threat and thus will block us in front of the urinal. In this video, we will see why people with paralysis are blocking in front of the urinal. We will explore the mind-body connection, starting from the top, going down all the way down to the bladder, and see what is happening here mechanically with the muscles controlling the bladder. Let's start with what is happening in our head and the notion of perception against interpretation of a situation. For example, let's take the situation of a child touching a hot stove. Obviously, when the child will touch the stove, it will burn him. This is the perception, that is what his sense is giving him as information. He perceives pain. And the interpretation of this situation is that, obviously, touching a hot stove is no good. So, in the future, I should not do it again. For people with shy bladder syndrome, it's the same. An interpretation has been built over time, and most of the time we don't know where it comes from. It can come from an incident when we were young in the toilets, but it can also come from other situations unrelated with public bathroom, such as, shyness, feeling of inferiority, lack of self-confidence, and stuff like that. And all that unconsciously will create an interpretation that we cannot be in front of others, and that the surrounding people who can see us or hear us or surprise us are a threat, and therefore we should stop the flow. Two other systems we have are the sympathetic system and the parasympathetic system. To make it short, the sympathetic system is the action one, okay? When we feel threatened, it increases the blood flow, the heart rate, it will trigger some hormones, and basically it makes the body ready for action, basically ready to fight or fly. We understand that when we have to fight or escape, we are not in a relaxed state where all the muscle will be loose to pee. On the other side, there is a parasympathetic system which does the exact opposite, meaning when we feel at peace, there is no threat around us, the body will calm down and bring everything back to normal. So when someone with bashful bladder enters a public bathroom, here's what happens. He will see someone at the urinal, or he will see someone queuing at the stall, meaning, oh damn, there is no stall where I can have my privacy. Or he will see someone at the lavatory washing his hand, and therefore all those situations will trigger anxiety based on a past program, and so the sympathetic system will kick in, increasing the heart rate. Maybe we'll start sweating, and maybe we'll get tense, and also we will start ruminating in our mind. So the situation is what it is. Someone without shy bladder will just go to the urinal and pee like it's nobody's business. But when you have this condition, you will start getting very anxious. So eventually we'll have to try, and we go in front of the urinal, and here something happen. We cannot. Why is that? Let's look at a graph. Okay, on this graph, we have both male and female, male on the left and women on the right. And so we can see we have the bladder, the round thing on the top, and we have two sphincters. Okay, we have the internal sphincters and we have the external sphincters. The external sphincters is the one we can control. For example, when we are in peeing, we can voluntarily stop the flow in case there is a danger or whatever, we can stop the flow and leave, basically. So this one, we can control it voluntarily. On the other hand, the internal sphincters is controlled by our autonomous system, meaning we cannot control this one, and it will only open when the sympathetic system or the parasympathetic system tells him it's okay, you can open the gate, there is no danger around us, you can let the flow go. And it's the same for the detrusor muscle, which is a muscle that will push out the pee on the bladder to obviously expel it. It's also a muscle that we cannot control voluntarily. And so the problem with someone with Shayada syndrome is that there is two gates, but we can only control one voluntarily, and therefore this is what is blocking us. And this is a feeling we feel. I describe it very often in my videos as a signal that's going from the brain. I mean, that's the way I was feeling it. It's a signal that goes from the brain to the bladder. But in fact, it was going to the internal sphincters, and that's the one that was locking down, and there was no way to open it once the brain thinks there is danger around us. And so the only way for people with Shayada syndrome to pee is to find themselves in a situation where they feel safe, where the parasympathetic system will take over the sympathetic system and tell the body it's okay, now you can relax and you can open the gate, basically, and you can do whatever you want now. So we understand that the whole concept of paruresis is not a physical one. Everything is working properly. The sphincters are working properly, external, internal, they are working fine, but the signal, the orders that are sent to them are not the correct one, are not the one we want, actually. And this is a good news because it means it's not a physical problem. I mean, unless there is something wrong with the prostate or anything else, which you should check with your urologist in case of doubt. But if this is cleared out, it means it's not a physical problem and it's only something that is happening in your head, and so it will not require a surgical intervention or anything like that. It will be something you will have to work on the mental side. And so to do that, there are several things you can do. I've done another video about the topic, the different techniques you can use to overcome this fear, where you can check it in the description or somewhere here on the screen, and where you will find different techniques you can use to help you overcome your paruresis. If you have Shayada syndrome, you will also find in the description a link to a free mini course I have done that will help you start your journey towards the freedom of being freely. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't hesitate to put a thumb up, a subscribe, or anything like that will help spread the message. And I will see you soon in another video.